Hello everyone! Have a nice day, especially to our head of department, Mr. Arnold Bora, sir, to my research advisor, Mrs. Chacha Giral, ma'am, and to her partner who spent us time to supper, Mrs. Denise Gulis, ma'am. Before I start my main topic, let me discuss the essence and function of research. Research is a systematic, impartial, and scientific process of generating new knowledge and technology for the improvement of the people's life and the environment they are living with. Research is, by nature, open for everyone to explore. It is everywhere that needs to be used for a productive endeavor. It is a cyclical process. You will start a question and end up with another question. This is the most credible basis in decision making in everyone's life. Career in business, education, social sciences, environmental and technological fields need research as the medium for advancing yet preserving the reality and truth. Research is indispensable. It is challenging yet enjoyable observance of the designs, procedures, and strategies to come up with a decision. Before I create my title, I drew a lot of problems specifically in the said place. I drew 3 problems, but I choose one with each the impact of crimes to the people. That's why I create my title based on the problem and reflect to the scope of the study. My title is The Impact of Crimes Committed by a Person in SitioTinonggos, Lebak, Sultan, Kudarat. In making the introduction, start with setting of the background of the study and describe why the research is conducted. This brief part of research work conclusion of literature, survey, and problem statement. The researcher can use reference and cite previous research works. Nature of the research work, purpose of work, its contribution are included in the introduction. Here is the first paragraph of my introduction. Crime is one of the problems governments all over the world have been confronted with. Many innocent people have been maimed and killed due to the activities of criminals around the world. Crimes constitute a major human security problem confronting humanity across the world. Okozi in Okoli Osimini 2016. Crime is a universal phenomenon and has always been associated with society. Nations like in United States of America, Mexico, Mali, South Africa, Yemen, Afghanistan, Iraq, and Nigeria, among others, have course to contend with the rising incidents of crimes like homicide, robbery, and cybercrime. Among others, criminal activities around the world can be experienced in the forms of armed robbery, kidnapping, banditry, drug trafficking, traffic offense, rape, murder, drug abuse, corruption, assault, and stalking, among others. By 2013, Ayodil and Adiyanka 2014. My research tend to answer or discuss the statement of the problems or the objectives of the study. The reason for stating the research problem is to advise the reader what to expect after the study is completed. It is the expected outcome because it states the purpose of conducting the investigation. It is the description of the aim or goal of the study, and it's the guide to determine if the target has been met. It is the statement of which the researcher should follow to come up with the findings. It should manifest or exhibit an issue or problematic situation which can be better understood through the study. My statement of the problem aims the following. Statement of the problem. This study aims to determine the impact of crimes to the citizen in SitioTinonggos, Brgy.Christianuevo, Lebak, Sultan, Kudarat. Specifically, it sought to answer the following question. Number 1. What is demographic profile of respondent in terms of age, sex, civil status, socioeconomic status, educational attainment? Number 2. What are some of ethical issues that emerge when implementing punishment for a crime committed? Number 3. What are the most effective means of punishment for underage students involved in crime? Significance of the study. This study considered beneficial to the following. Philippine National Police. This study may give solution to the encountered problems It will also provide the PNP the opportunity and adopt measures to improve its interpersonal relation with the varied stakeholders. Their anti-crime activities, public safety responsibilities with the community. The finding of this study may help PNP to understand and find solutions to their problems. Future researchers. The study would serve as a reference material for those students who would like to conduct similar or related study. This may help as guideline to those who plan to conduct a research which is relevant to the study. BS Criminology students. This would furnish those pertinent data that serve as reference material. This study would give them insight as to the impact of this problem to the community. Department of Criminology. This study may serve as documentation and reference material in teaching criminology subjects, and from this study, researchable issue about the work performance of the police officers may be gleaned by the department. The community. The ultimate goal of this study is to come up with better understanding on the tasks performed towards envision of attaining safer place to live, work, to do business, and to understand the problem encountered by them, and to also be benefited by the study for them to be aware on the quality of service of police officers, the government units, and other agencies. The result of the study may prompt them to give the PNP their utmost support. The data extracted by this study may be able to provide them with the PNP best practices worthy of praise and commendation. The scope and delimitation of the study. The scope of the study comprised 10 selected citizens in SitioTinonggos, Brgy.Christianuevo, Lebak, Sultan, Kudarat. The scope basically focused on the profile of these respondents, which only include the age, sex, civil status, socioeconomic status, and educational attainment. As limitation, the study is based on focus group decision in which men and women participated, and also on face-to-face structured interviews. Definition of term. The following terms are defined operationally. Crime. A crime is an act or instance that is considered to be against the moral or laws of society, as burglary and grand theft auto are crimes. A person could also be said to have committed a crime against nature or a crime against humanity if they perform especially offensive or taboo acts. Injustice. Injustice is the quality relating to unfairness or undeserved outcomes. The term may be applied in reference to a particular event or situation, or to a larger status quo. In Western philosophy and in jurisprudence, injustice is very commonly but not always defined as either the absence of opposite of justice. Lebakeños. These are the people residing in the municipality of Lebak. Marginalization. Marginalization, as we currently define it, is the act of relegating someone to an important or powerless position, making them feel, if you will, like they're the notes squeezed into the margins of society. Oppression. Oppression is when a person or group in a position of power controls the less powerful in cruel and unfair ways. Review of related literature. Review of related literature is one of the components of the research which could help establish credibility of your study. The more reading you have, the better is the conceptualization of the study. It gives preliminary information about the topic of interest. In this process, the researcher could pinpoint the strengths and weaknesses and give ideas where to explore in terms of procedure. Review of related literature could guide in the conduct of the study. It is not necessary that you follow the written procedure in the said publication, but can revise, straighten, or improve what has been founded. Chapter 3. Methodology. This study contains the research design, local of the study, respondents of the study, research instrument, data gathering, procedures, statistical treatment of the data. Local of the study. This study will be conducted at SitioTinonggos, Brgy.Christianuevo, Lebak, Sultan, Kudarat. Since the respondents are its citizens, it is also located in municipality of Lebak. Respondent of the study. The respondent of the study are 10 random people of SitioTinonggos, Brgy.Christianuevo, Lebak, Sultan, Kudarat, consisting of 2 adults, 2 women, 2 men, 2 teenagers, and 2 students. Research instrument. The researcher will prepare a structured survey questionnaire checklist that sufficiently provides the information needed in the study. Part 1 of the survey questionnaire is the demographic profile of the respondent. Part 2 of the survey questionnaire is the impact of crimes to the citizen. Data gathering procedure. The researcher will use primary and secondary data, primary source of data. Research design. The descriptive, qualitative, and evaluative type of the study will be used in assisting the attempts to assess responsiveness for the police officer in Lebak PNP as basis for enhancing conciliation procedure since the present study of concern with knowing the profile as well as to assess their work performance in terms of impact of crimes as perceived by the Lebakinos will be the first-hand information that the researcher will find from the study population. The primary data will be gathered from 10 respondents. Secondary data, on the other hand, are information that have been processed but might have a certain link or relevance to the project under review. These secondary data will be collected from significant publication on the study. Statistical treatment of data. The analysis of data completed by using the microscope Excel 2010. The following statistical tools will be employed in the analysis: raw frequencies, percentage, and means. This statistical treatment will be applied to quantitative data that will be gathered through the questionnaire checklist. Conceptual frameworks. Causes of crime: poverty, unemployment rate, rapid population, racism, discrimination, and bullying, alcohol and drugs, peer pressure, parental neglect, environment.